Hi, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. As you know, recently I've come across a collection of these 1880s cabinet cards, photographs, and on board, and they're exquisite. I'm in love with them. I'm obsessed with them. So I've been putting them on covers of journals I've already made, and this is one of them. So this was a journal that's been on my shelf for a few months, so I thought maybe the cover was just too plain, so I thought I'm just going to add this and still stay true to the cover of the book. So I've added some gold tone chain down here, that's vintage, and this vintage earring that I turned into a dangle, which is lovely. It's got those sort of mother of pearls on there. And then this cabinet card here opens up, and you might recognize this from a few months ago. It's this beautiful 1898 book. Look at the gold on there and the red outline. And I've added the title, The Happy Time, on there. I love it. It's got the original spine and backing, and I'm going to take you on a little journey up this beauty. Normally I would tie this up, but I wanted to get inside it nice and quickly because I'm so excited. It's just a really, really old 1930s magazine page there. And then this is also from the 1800s, first book of reading lessons. Look at that exquisite little illustration there of the little girl on the front and the birds on the back. I love it. It's a great way to start this fabulous journal. And the original first pages of the book. And there's the publisher's date there, 1898. And then we have here a fantastic magazine page. Look at this one. This is from 1933, so almost 100 years old. Look at the fashions there and that beautiful orange color. And then after the ball. Yes, so that's pretty cool, right? I love it. That is a real historic piece. And then a 1950s authentic bingo card. Not a photocopy or a reproduction. Everything in here is the real McCoy. And then this here is a really great 1940s, another one of these awesome, hilarious, whimsical embroidery transfers. So you can see the words on here. It's the berries, and then you've got sugar plums. You could cut this out and do whatever combination you wanted. And those would have been ironed onto a tea towel and then embroidered onto the pattern. They're so sweet. I love them. I think they're adorable. And then I made this journaling tag out of an old antique book cover that didn't quite make it, and that is from a Paris, France Almanac page there, 1938. This is a nature book from the 50s. Beautiful page there, and look at this. This actually has some satin ribbon down here, and that's original to the postcard. Good luck with the wishbone and the ribbon. And then this one is actually a really old one. Believe it or not, this is from 1902. Is that amazing? I love it. So that's pretty cool. It's very rare that I get them that old. I put a little hidden journaling spot up there like I always do. That's kind of my thing. And then this is just a really sweet illustration again from 1922. And you can journal on the back of that one because there's lots of space. I found a friend. Reminds me of that song from Toy Story. And that is early 1920s. Another wonderful vintage children's book page, and this is a 1940s theater arts magazine page. Isn't that cool? Love it. And this is a book from 1947, and this would have been what they considered the modern day fashions. So Fashions of the Ages. That one is also 1947. Look at that, evening wear, and then this would be day wear. Wow, right? I'd kill for those. Really fun pocket there with whimsical illustrations there as well. And this is from the 1800s, this plate here, and I've added some more antique paper to the back. Really fun cluster here. Another 1800s plate here. A lot of 1800s in this book. Then I've got this 1940s Raggedy Ann book page, antique paper on the back, and she's just so pretty. Isn't that wonderful with her little kitten there and the other toys? Kind of like the original Toy Story. Got a whole Toy Story themed thing going on here. And that's all mounted on top of this vintage Bird Watchers journal page. More of this nature book page. Pearl Shop receipt from the 50s that you can journal on. And here's a 1904 plate from my English Countryside series. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? From Topsham. And then we've got a vintage ledger sheet there. The Proud Young Thing, that's an antique book page as well. 1950s crochet page, always have them whenever I can. And just a really fun little image from a vintage children's book pocket from an antique book. And another wonderful plate that is from Stratford on Avon, sorry. Look at that beautiful sunset. That's gorgeous. And then another blank journaling page there from an antique book. And this here is pretty special. This one here, a little brittle, but because it's from 1895, but pretty images on there, sorry, as well. You can have fun collaging with them if you like to do mixed media work. And another 2 pieces of vintage Monopoly money. You can journal on the backs of those, and a #1 flinch card and a 100-year-old banknote. So cool. And then back here, we have another, this is an antique scrapbook page, very brittle, so I couldn't bend it, so it's all just like this. And then this is another 1800s lessons, children's school lessons page. And then we've got our pineapple print crochet, which is my favorite. Children's book page, more ledger sheets. This is just a little flip book here of different botanicals from a vintage botanical book. And a beautiful, I love this number 71 down here. I mean, you can't replicate that any better than the real thing, right? That's antique as well. Oh, look at this, so cute. And another children's image there, some cows. And a vintage, dictionary page, vintage crochet doily there. Another very old plate here of a countryside. This is a hand-typed research paper, and the research is on 1888, probably done in the 30s. Dictionary page here, and look at this beautiful, this would have been an etching of the Hogarth from 1850, and that would have been done on wood. That's a beautiful etching there. And then this is just a whole signature out of this beautiful little book I have, and it's got little poems in there, and I just wanted the signatures to stay together. You can see the little antique staples in there as well. It's pretty cool. More antique book pages here. And then gotta have a vintage flashcard. That's the last of the orange ones, I believe. I really like them. I'm gonna miss them when they're gone. And another children's book page with birds. And this is the back of an antique book. So I just turned it into a journaling page. Why not? Let's use every piece of the book that we can. And then this is the interior spine of this book, and I always just love so much the texture of those. This is from the early 1900s on how to file your business work and your accounting work. And then this is a great London Illustrated Times page, and that, oh my gosh, I want to say that one is from the 40s or early, no, it could even be the 30s or earlier. And that's just this wonderful advertisement here. Vintage stamps, vintage recipe page from the 50s. And this is the last page of the book. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. She's exquisite. You can find her in my Etsy shop right now, along with some other antique journals. So don't forget to subscribe and come back soon. Bye for now.